Weigh in. It looks like we've got some folks joining us, so that should be good. Dr. Ryder, Shavua Tov. Nice to see you.
Shavua Tov.
Pam, it's nice to see you. Shavua Tov. Fantastic. And hello to all of our friends that are streaming us on Facebook and on YouTube. It's really a privilege to join at the conclusion of Shabbat. You know, in a moment, we're going to be singing the prayers of Havdalah with this melody that seems like it was from Moses on Mount Sinai, but it really was. It really was created by one of the great musical geniuses of North American Jewish life, Debbie Friedman, who I believe we are commemorating her 10th yard site over this weekend. So as we are here in the midst of a celebration of a community, which by also, in addition, for those who don't know, there was a time when Debbie Friedman spent a little bit of time hanging out at Valley Beth Shalom. She was kind of like on the circuit and doing a little bit of music in her career. She was working in Los Angeles at the time, and I bet Arlene, our friend here, who's intimately involved with the Reform movement, can talk about the years which Debbie Friedman was very active here. And she had her days at Valley Beth Shalom. And I doubt that she created this wonderful Havdalah melody that we now use. So it just is such a wonderful at VBS, but the fact that we use it week after week after week, and it's become part of the ritual lexicon of our community is such a testament to her influence and her musicality and her gift. And welcome to that. So let's sing as we sing before we sing Seitchem l'Shalom, like Shalom Aleichem. We've welcomed the angels as Shabbat begins, and now as Shabbat concludes, we bid them farewell. And so we sing the melody of Shalom Aleichem, beginning with the last verse, Seitchem l'Shalom. Seitchem l'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim akadosh baruch hu. Together, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Tzeitchem. Seitchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim akadosh baruch hu. This week was certainly one of the most extraordinary weeks in the history of our country. And for those of us that were wishing that 2020 would be over and that 2021 would just usher in a year of possibility and opportunity, we were stunned as we watched a very dark moment in the history of our country unfold at the Capitol. And you know, as I was explaining it to a friend and hopefully sharing to all of you, we mark time by calendars, and we would have expected that as January 1 unfolded, that things would be different. But we know that there's still a pandemic raging, and that the numbers of those who have been afflicted with this disease are even larger than they've yet been. And to know that tomorrow is not yet going to be brighter as yesterday. Means that as we light the candle of Havdalah, we have to focus on the light that will grow brighter. And I just want to leave us with a thought that we gained from the Torah that we read, because it's such a powerful message. We're reading the story of our people and the unfolding struggle with Pharaoh and with power and powerlessness. And emerging from that fulcrum of power and powerlessness is the figure of Moses. And Moses' first of his great trials is when he recognizes his brother out in the field, and he strikes down the Egyptian, and he recognizes that he is a part of the Jewish people. And then in the next time when he sees two Israelis battling against each other, He tries to stop the fight, and they turn to him and they say, who are you? Who made you the boss of the Israelites? Who made you an Israelite to care? And I think what is so powerful about that moment and all of the moments that unfold from this moment in the story is not the great lesson that we learn in the book of Leviticus that we should love our neighbor as ourselves, while that is indeed the golden rule. But it is the great message that we have to remind ourselves again and again and again and again. And even as this Shabbat ends and concludes and we begin a new week, we are all in this together. That is the message. We are all in this together. And the great discovery of Moses is that when he saw that we were all in that together, when he saw his brother and his brother's affliction and he took responsibility, that is when the story began to change. And so too may it be for us. It is not necessarily loving our neighbor as ourselves that will carry us forward through darkness to light, but it is the reminder and it is the glow of the candle that reminds us that when we are all in this together, and we see each other through perhaps the twists and folds of the Havdalah candle, then tomorrow can be brighter than yesterday. We have much work to do to find that. And there's a lot of listening and a lot of learning that needs to take place in this week. So as Shabbat concludes, and I hope that you found a lot of rest, there's a lot of work ahead of us. We light the candle and we smell the spices and we taste the sweetness of wine, all to give us that blessing that when we are all in this together, tomorrow will definitely be brighter than yesterday. So we rise together if you can rise, and we light the candles if you have a candle with you, and we lift up the Kiddush cup and we sing with the beautiful melodies of Debbie Friedman that we spoke of before. Hine El Yeshuati Havtach velo echad Yazi Zimratya Vayehi li Elishua Ushoktamayim besason Mimane ha-Yeshua Ladonai ha-Yeshua Alam chaberchatecha selam Adonai tzvot imanu Mizgab lanu Elohei Yaakov selah Adonai tzvot asher adam boteach bach Adonai Hoshea melech yonenu v'yom korenu La Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason vikar La Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason vikar Ken tiyeh lanu kos Yeshuot esa Uv'shem Adonai ekra. Lai lai la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Lai lai la 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 ya lai la 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 ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Bore peri hagafen Bore peri hagafen Yai lai la 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 Yai lai la 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 Ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Bore mine besamim Bore mine besamim Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Bore meore haesh Bore meore haesh Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hamavdil ben kodesh lecho ben or lechoshech ben Yisrael le'amim ben yom hashvi l'sheshet yamei hamaseh Baruch atah Adonai Hamavdil ben kodesh lecho Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Hamavdil ben kodesh lecho, chatotenu yimcho, zarenu v'kaspenu, yarbe kacho, v'hakochavim balayla. Shavua tov, 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 Shavua tov. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Vimera veyamenu, Yavo elenu, Imashiach ben David, Imashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi. Shavua Tov, may you have a good week. May you always find the happiness you seek. Shavua Tov, may your week be fine. May it be as sweet as a Sabbath wine. Ooga, 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 ooga. You know that one?
Nope.
The ooga, 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 ooga came right from Moses on Mount Sinai. I'm just channeling truth from Torah on Mount Sinai to all of us here. Shavua Tov, everyone. Have a great week.
You too.
I hope that you
Bye.
find strength and joy and health and goodness and safety wherever you need.